He would not let you get on there unless you just come.
Oh, you want right here? Yeah. We doing the drum roll, we just going in.
We doing the drum roll.
All right, here we go.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Woo! What up, guys?
What up?
Welcome back to the podcast. We got a lot of information to give y'all today, starting with the new name. Oh, Triple Threat in the house. Forget TDM, no more. Triple Threat all the way.
All the way.
Look at him.
Hey, we're evolving. 2019, new year, new us.
So today, with summer, spring get right around the corner, we want to hit y'all with how to get summer, spring ready. Boom. What's it gonna take? We got 4 major keys, and then a 5th bonus. But the 4 major keys, and then the 5th bonus, and these keys are gonna surprise y'all. Some of them you guys are gonna already know. It's gonna make sense, and then some of you are gonna be like, "Whoa, I never even thought about it like that." And we brought in special guests. We're going ahead and let them know. You know, he ain't got a pen and pad right now, but
What's up, guys? It's your boy A. Reed back in the lab, no pen and pad, doing what I do, feeling how I feel, being positive, keeping 100% real, man. Happy to be on the show. Like David said, we're going to bring you guys 4 major keys that's going to help you guys out for this summer to get where you need to be, regardless of what level you are, if you're a beginner or you're an expert.
like that. That was a good way of explaining it right there. So let's just go ahead and get it right into it. So major key number 1 to get summer/spring break ready, all of that. Mindset. Mindset. D'Lo, what would you say about the mindset?
Mindset is, I mean, you're gonna have different levels of mindset, right? I mean, there's, you have the person this is brand new to them. They just want to, they have a vacation plan. They want to get, ready, in a couple months, however long it takes, for that vacation. That person, their mindset, they're gonna, it plays out. They're gonna get a couple days into it, and then it's just gonna hit them. They're not gonna want to stick to a meal plan, stick to a workout plan. Naturally, they're just not gonna have that mindset to stick with the program. And then you have that person that they might have did a couple transformation challenges, bodybuilding competitions. That person's mindset, they're gonna know exactly what to do. So as far as diet, diet plan, workout plan, they're gonna already have it in their head. Okay, this is how long it's gonna take, and this is what we're gonna do. So that person's mindset's gonna be a lot stronger.
Yeah.
So as far as mindset goes, and it also depends if you have a trainer or if you don't have a trainer, because a trainer that's accountability. So that trainer's not gonna let you fall off when.
So what would you say is some major mindset changes the first mindset changes that need to be made if you're really going to get summer ready?
Well, my philosophy is this, guys. I believe mindset is everything when it comes to working out. When it comes to doing anything in life, I think mindset is always key, it's essential. And the reason why I believe this is because in order to do anything that you truly want to do, it starts with a mindset, right? Okay, not only do you have to believe it, you have to see it first within the mind. Once you see it within the mind, guys, and then you start to believe it, then you start to act upon it. Once you start to act upon it, then it comes to fruition at that particular point. But the problem is with most people not being able to reach the things that they want to reach in life, whether it is in fitness, financial freedom, if it's a better relationship with their significant other, having a better relationship with their children, being the best in whatever sport they're in, whatever it may be, most people lack what I call is the mental fortitude to be able to overcome a lot of the things that they're going to be challenged and faced with. And this is why I believe the mind is everything, because the body will only move to the capacity that the mind will allow it. So you have to look at it like this. Wherever you're at right now in your life at this particular point, from every aspect in your life, you're only going to be able to stay there or move further based off of how your mindset is. So I always truly believe in order to move forward, you have to recreate your thought process. It's no different from a video game. A video game is a prime example of mindset. Why? See, the thing is this, we look at video games as just games. What I look at the video game is a learning opportunity. See, a video game is designed for different levels, and different levels is designed where it gets harder and harder each time, right? So when you're on level 1 and you're first starting to play the game, it's a lot of fun, and then you end up dying a couple times, and then you make it through level 1, right? But if you take that same thought process that you use in level 1 to go to level 2, immediately you're gonna die. So what happens? You have to go through level 2, you have to die a couple of times, fail a couple of times before you start to learn a pattern and what not to do. Once you capture that, then understand, boom, I can get through level 2. Now I get through level 3. Now I have to do what? Create a new mindset, create a new thought process. So if we're really understanding how the mind works, in order to go to another new level in life, you constantly have to change your mind.
Mm-hmm. So for me, going off what you're saying, one thing that has to change if you really try to get ready, priorities. Your priorities got to change. All that clubbing, drinking, all of that, it's going to keep you from meeting your goal. You got to get more consistent. All that, I got a slight cough, I'm going to stay home from the gym, or I'm a little bit sore, I'm just going to rest today. Like, no, you got to change your mindset. You got to create more consistency. You got to develop that hard working, determined mind. Like nothing's going to get in my way. This is what I want. I'm not going to let anything stop me. And then once you get your priorities in order and you get them lined up with your goals, that's just going to make everything a lot easier. You're going to be able to, stick to that diet because your mindset is, I'm going to do whatever it takes to reach that goal.
Right.
And those temptations, when you got the right mindset, temptation, you're like, what is a temptation? Somebody put, your favorite cookie in front of you, you're just going to be like, that ain't worth it,
Yeah.
That type of stuff. So mindset, like what you guys are saying, is very important. It goes to every level. Mindset is going to be involved with all 4 other key components. That's why mindset is number 1. That's your structure, your foundation, and from there you're able to launch forward.
100%. And I always kind of try to look at it like this too, Jahaven and D, is that whatever you want to conquer, you have to face it. You can never conquer what you can't face, and that's a fact. If you can't face what you're dealing with and what you're going through, you will never be able to conquer it. So once you're able to face it, then you're able to conquer it. Admit and understand and acknowledge you're dealing with certain things. I can't meal prep. Not I can't, I won't meal prep. I don't have the time to turn around and go to the gym and be consistent. I'm steady making excuses, because when your excuses are more important than where you want to be, you'll never get where you need to be. But when you start to realize that your excuses is just that, it's an excuse, then when you start realizing that, then you can start moving forward in life. And once again, it falls back into the realm of a perfect mindset and putting your priorities in line.
And then, so going off of that, we can go right into number 2, which is the nutrition, which is taking care of your body and fueling it with the right thing. Which to me, one of the biggest changes as far as the nutrition goes is just deciding. Like the biggest changes you can make if you're doing this now is just decide no longer to eat fast food. If you can just eliminate fast food, forget, I didn't even tell you not to eat out. Just don't eat the fast food. If you can do that and increase your water by just 1 glass, just increase it by 1 glass, you already shifted into the right direction. Like, you're making big changes there. I know and have seen people make those 2 changes and lose 10 pounds and not do anything else. All they did was quit eating fast food.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if somebody told me that was a quick way to lose 10 pounds, I would do that, just like that.
Right.
I mean, y'all know how hard it is to cut, to lose some weight. So if that's a small change I can do in 10 pounds already, and so I'm going to hop right on it.
And this kind of ties into mindset. Like, for example, I'll ask you the question. Like, so you've done bodybuilding competitions, right?
Correct.
So you have a certain mindset. Like, you can go off of a basic meal plan and follow it to a T.
Yes.
So as far as when you're training somebody or when you have a client, what type of meal guidance do you give them? You have your client that wants variety or they can't stay on the plan.
Right.
And then you have your client that if they don't have just a precise meal plan to a T, then they can't, then they will veer off of it if they have the variety, because it makes them hungry, it makes them crave more things. So,
Oliver makes them hungry and crave more things, and then
So how would you?
She's out there. There's a little Oliver guy.
Hey, meet Oliver, everybody.
So how do you go about giving like meal plans? Like what is your process on that?
Well, what my process is first, I ask the client, what do you typically eat? What their norm is. Why? I want to know what their norm is because then I can start tapering things off and showing them, okay, if we reduce this amount here, reduce this, let's add this. So what I do, I take a lot of clients through smaller steps and see what their habits are. Okay, and the reason why I want to know what their habits are is because if I can control their habits, then I can control their mindset, right? And once I'm able to control their habits and help them understand, listen, it's okay to eat this, it's okay to eat that, but eat it in more moderations. Okay, you want to go out and have a drink with your friends, with your buddies, with your girlfriend, not a problem, but understand, as long as when you have a drink, it's set within those particular macros. I try to keep it real simple. I live by the KISS model a lot, keep it simple, stupid, where we tell clients portion size. 4 ounces of this, you want to have about a half a cup of this or a cup of this, helping them to understand the basics of what used to be my pyramid, which is now my plate. Helping them to understand how that all works. You have to have protein on your plate, you have to have vegetables on your plate, you have to have carbohydrates on your plate, you also have to have fruit as well, But a lot of people really don't understand that 80% of the results are going to come from nutrition.
Yep.
And it's so easy to do that it's so easy not to do.
Yeah.
This is where people fall into, that mistake of not following what they follow because they're so embedded in wanting quick, wanting fast. That fast food, this is why fast food companies will always be around and always be in demand because unfortunately in the century that we're living in the time that we're living in, everybody wants convenience.
Yep.
They want convenience. They want fast, quick. So they're willing to sacrifice a lot of stuff that they typically wouldn't be willing to sacrifice for convenience. So if we can teach them how to apply that convenience to them doing it themselves, it makes it much better for them.
So like conveniency would be, everybody's heard prep day or like the meal prepping, which for me I tell them to pick 2 days. So like me, when I'm in meal prep, it's always like Sunday, Thursday. That because I don't like eating older food.
Yeah.
So I'll cook Sunday. That the food there will last, and I'll cook each meal. So I'm cooking for 3 meals, at least 3 meals a day, and then like my snacks will be thrown in. So I'll do my Sunday, and then when my Thursday rolls around, that take me through the weekend. Which the weekend I'll kind of ease up. So like Saturday, because like Friday, Saturday, that might be like date night or hang out with the buddies or something like that. So that's like my treat day or my cheat day or something like that. Which and we'll talk more about cheat versus treat here in a little bit. But when you're able to just dedicate a certain amount of time, so like usually prep is about when you throw it all together, it's probably like 2 hours. An hour of the cooking and then an hour of just getting it all set up and put it in there, depending on what you're making. Which I usually cook all the meals all at once. Like I'll cook my chicken and my fish at the same time, put them both in the oven. Ain't no reason not to.
Right.
But like once you have the meals there and you know what you're eating, that eliminates the stress out of your life. And as soon as that stressor is gone, as soon as it's made easy, you want to do it more. And it becomes and you're creating a routine, creating a habit. Like what you said, your habits control your mindset. So you just want to make that habit, put it on your schedule. Like you put on your schedule when you got to drop your kids off, or it's on your schedule what time you got to be to work. Just put on your schedule what time you're supposed to start cooking, what time is it supposed to be done by.
Right.
And you can even take it a step further and say, I'm going to eat at the same time each day. I'm going to have breakfast at 9. I'm going to have my lunch at 1 or noon. My dinner, I'm having dinner at 6 or whenever whatever it fits for your schedule.
Now, we all know we'll have people say, well, that will all work in a perfect world. I work a lot of hours. I'm a doctor or, I work night shift and things of this nature. So I would tell people, if you can't get that particular meal in during that time, it's easy to get a shake in.
Yeah.
Pop a shake in, but never mistake or replace, never replace a shake for substance or for food. Always try to get food, but in the event you can't get the food because your schedule won't permit you to, throw a shake in there, throw some almonds, throw, banana, snap peas, things of that nature, things that's going to be healthier for you. But at the end of the day, if you really want it, you'll figure it out. You'll find a way and you'll make it happen. No ifs, ands, or buts, because it rolls back to mindset like we talked about.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you really wanted that house, or you really wanted your kids to go to a certain school. You made sure that it happened. It's the same thing. If you really want your summer body, if you really want to be ready, you're gonna make sure that you're eating properly. You're gonna make sure that you're getting everything in. Like,
Exactly.
you're not gonna.
And to kind of spin off of what Reed was saying about, doctors just not having enough time. My roommate, he's in nursing school, right? And he's busy all the time. He's either doing clinicals or he's studying. But still, I'm around enough to know that he at least watches TV like 2 to 3 hours, a day sometimes. So there is time. You just it's about prioritizing.
Yeah, prioritize the mindset.
Yes, managing your time, and that leads us right into, our next one. The main thing for people that they deal with nowadays is, they're always on the go. They're always stressed out. We're stressed out because we want convenience so bad, that we're willing to sacrifice sleep. We're willing to sacrifice money. We're willing to sacrifice everything for conveniency, which at that point, it raises our stress levels. And what a lot of people don't realize is that your sympathetic nervous system, if that is activated to the point where you can't control it and you're always stressed out, that within itself will cause more harm to your body than not eating the right things. Why? Because it affects your absorption system. It also affects your metabolism. It also affects your digestive system as well. So the thing is this, what we try to get people to understand, guys, you got to understand it's not only about nutrition, it's not only about macros, it's not about calories and caloric deficits and things of this nature. It's not just about what you put into your system, it's about what your actual system will absorb. And most people's systems don't absorb the right foods, even when you put the right stuff in. Why? Because their sympathetic nervous systems is shocked. They're under a lot of stress. More females than males when it comes to stress. What happens to a lot of them, the thyroids, 1 in every 3rd woman have thyroid issues. No, 1 in every third woman, which is high. With men, I think it's 1 in every 5th man. So women are more prone to thyroid issues, to gaining weight, and a lot of them, when you have thyroid issues, the first thing that's always issued to you is what? Medicine. Take this prescription, but that's not the actual problem. The problem is your stress levels are too high. Mm-hmm. You need to go look at releasing the stress. 30 minutes of meditation. If you don't have an hour, 30 minutes of meditation would do a lot of justice for you,
Mm-hmm. Even like just for a lot of people, even just taking that 10, 15, like if you have a little break, instead of, getting on your phone and scrolling through your social media, take that 10, 15 minute little break and just quiet. So, I believe
Did you hear what you just said?
Quiet.
Instead of being on the phone?
Oh, yeah, instead of
10
being
15 minutes break.
Yeah.
They totally ignored that. That right there went in one ear and out the other.
Like, I ain't let go. Well, hey, bringing that